Good afternoon. We arrive here at the end of the final event of ONSTAGE, Music Schools for Social Change. With this video was the International Day of Dance that we celebrate every year in L'Hospitalet with the primary schools, and from the music school and our center we put the music, and it's a pleasure to share with you and all the audience. Well, we arrive here at the end. We are a little bit sad to finish this journey because it has been more than 2 years and a half, but with a lot of experience. But before leaving this day, I would like to give the floor to Sandra Roinero that I presented on the very beginning yesterday morning. And Sandra is our lead expert, and she has done, well, hello Sandra, that you are here on the screen. You have done a very great job these 2 years and a half. And I'm very thank you that you are here, because now if you can share with us a very brief summary of each roundtable and also the keynote speech from Anne Bamford, the highlights, and also thank you for your effort. And I know that for you also it's a very sad moment to finish this ONSTAGE network, because I know that you have been very happy to work with all the cities, but hopefully you get more energy to go further, new projects, new large projects, but always remember about our ONSTAGE Music School for Social Change. Then please go ahead, and if you can share the last words of this final event. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Raul. Thank you, everyone. Yes, it is a sad moment. As you can see, I'm not from outside in Venice anymore, but it wasn't possible to do it all the way, so I'm at home right now. It's been like a sort of short marathon since yesterday. It seems a lifetime ago. And actually, Raul, it's more than 3 years that I've been working with ONSTAGE. It's been since April 18th. And I remember that day because I fell in love with EMCA and the project. And then later when we found and we got all the other cities on board, that was the same. So just how can I summarize what we have been through in the last couple of days? Very emotional moments, lots of performances. So I pick up some keywords starting from the first session from Anne Bamford. And I think that there are some concepts that have been recurring and explained also with different words. But the first one is the value of aesthetics, how aesthetics is important, and they are not something ethereal or ephemeral, okay? They're something very important for human beings. And we have been missing the aesthetics, and we have been missing these cultural expressions especially during the pandemic. Another big concept that Anne Bamford introduced, and I think that the ONSTAGE EMCA and every transfer that has been happening is that especially children want the real thing, so they want to perform. Okay, and this is a core principle that has been shared. Not only it's basic in EMCA, but it's true in all the other cities, like in Adelphia, and I'm sure in Aarhus, and all the other cities in Grigny and so on. Another aspect that was very important, and it has been reflected in the journey, is that culture is transformation. And we have the example, for example, of Katowice. Katowice has been working exactly on this, okay? You somehow rethink your heritage and you think culture as a transformational part. Another aspect that was introduced in the keynote, and I think it was repeated in the different speeches and experiences that we share, is that cooperation is innovation. Okay, when we talk about innovation, we always think about, technology or other things, but social innovation especially. That's what music school for social change are, is to innovate socially for the benefit of society, wider society. That's another thing that is being, it's pivotal, is central, is critical, is crucial. It's the method, okay? Cooperation means innovation. Through cooperation, we manage to be afraid. And then there is also a recurring word, which has been, don't be afraid of taking risks. Now, I know Nuria Sempere, I've had the honor to know her, and I know she's not afraid of taking risks. And I think that in all the cities, I know Pavla in Brno, I know whoever, and even Pierre, they have not been afraid of taking risks. This is very, very important when we want to innovate, when we want to open our doors. And then there was the policy level. The policy level was very interesting, because I think that the most important things were the commitment and using or approaching cultural policy as rights and democratic values, okay? Rights-based for citizens, democratic, and that also starts not only for those cities who have already been working in this with this approach, like L'Hospitalet. We all know, if 15 years ago we didn't have politicians that were committed to create a new kind of school or actual public service, they wouldn't have happened. But we have seen it also in Valongo, for example, when you didn't have anything like that. You had a lot of assets that you needed to put together and to propose to the municipality. So it's democracy at work. When we talk about the practitioners, so the skills and the tools, these are the central part, okay? These are the machine that make the policy work. These are, what we call boots on the ground, the people who make things happen. And again, here, there has been some keywords that I want to share, and I think it has been said in many, many ways by Enrique and by Diana and Gunhild and everyone who has participated this morning, is that together we learn, okay? So it's always exchange, okay? And it's all the time, okay? So it's not only when we show a class, but it's also when, after class we chat together. So it's immersive. So it's all 360 we talked about yesterday with Villa de Cannes learning part. Multidimensionality is another word for practitioners. So we deal with very different dimensions of education that concerns the kids, but concerns also us as educators. I think that the mobilities has shown this in its full range. And then again, I think take risks. Definitely take risks also as educators, and also learn to measure them. We have seen, for example, from Adelphia, how you actually trying to prove that your practice has positive effects, okay, so that you can have other people believe in your practice. And this is believing magic, I think this was said, and have faith in each other. That's again the value of practitioners. We have seen this also in the ONSTAGE declaration. And then the last word, I think it's important, and we have seen it and it's being repeated. It's about planting the seeds, okay? The whole experience from very different perspective has been planting seeds for something else. And we have seen, I think, this in all the panels, okay, in many different ways. All the cities have planted, and they're nurturing their seeds, their urban seeds, their ONSTAGE seeds, and they have plans for the future to make these seeds bloom into full fledged trees. The last part about community engagement is about values. Again, I think that Nuria said, again, you know, today she introduced this issue about values. You know, whatever institution you're in, you have to share values, and that's what makes a community, common values. Otherwise, you know, you don't have a community if you don't share the same values. Or you find out what values you share, and then you create your community. And then it's about reinventing ourselves as communities, more inclusive, as we said, more reflecting the diversity that exists, and also facing a post-pandemic. And then there's awareness raising and outreach. This is another word about community. You never end to do this. It's a long process. Again, we have seen process, the word, as being repeated all over. And then there's maybe this last thing that I especially like about also the experience of Grigny, which is true in many different ways. I call it contamination, you know, hybridization of fields. That's how you actually try to innovate and to move forward, even if it's not, you know, technological fields, but in the case of music and the plant, it was. So maybe there is one word, I think, that summarizes all this. Okay, I like the idea of transformative peanuts, just to quote the mayor of Alongo yesterday. So it was a little project for the cities, Urbact, compared to, you know, infrastructural projects, but it was transformative. So I think it was for many. And I think that the word that maybe summarizes everything is dare. Okay, don't be afraid, dare, just try out. Okay, like when you go on stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra, for your words and also for your effort during these more than 3 years, as you said before, from April of 2018. And also about EMCA and about L'Hospitalet, we always are learning and innovating on our methodologies. And we still youth, because yesterday it was our anniversary, and that we are 16 years from the beginning on the 2005, and we have always to improve. And as you listen, our mayor and our deputy mayor, the municipality hopefully is with this public policy very, very hard, and we hope every year can achieve all the aims from EMCA about democratization, the access to the arts to the most of the people of L'Hospitalet that they don't have the tradition to express with the artistic education. Then thank you, Sandra, and also I want to thank all the participants that has entered on a stage during these years and also on the screen. And first of all, I want to thank to Nuria Sempere, Lars Sole, Simone, and Enrique, that they have been our hosts and they have been moderating the different roundtables and the keynote speech. But also I want to thank to all my team, to EMCA teachers, EMCA community, and also all the technical that they are here in the backstage. Also thank you very much to all partners, Gunil and Lars from Aarhus, thanks to Francesca, Maria Cesaria and Andrea from Adelphia, thanks to Marlena and Dagmara in Katowice, thanks to Pierre, Cecile in Grigny, thanks to Andrea, Pavla in Brno, and thanks to Susanna and Marta in Balongo. Thank you very much for all these years, because it has been learning a lot of things, and hopefully we can see each other in a near future, and hopefully you can come to L'Hospitalet to make this final event on physical version, and we can make a very big concert or performance, and also we can go to your cities. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the audience, and see you again very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.